All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Tough Questions. Looks like we're going to be playing some more Katamari.
I love rolling big.
Yeah, like I wasn't sure about this game when we first started it. Not that I thought it was... I just thought it was weird and pointless. But there's something...
Wait. You thought rolling a giant ball
rolling a ball around. Go figure, right?
was pointless.
Yeah, but there's something like mesmerizing about it.
Is it the king and his gloriousness?
No, I just want you to start rolling already. Like you need to be picking things up.
Dude, this is storyline.
Get some size on you.
This is story.
Okay, let's go.
All right. We are going into... We got to clean up... I think it's at a classroom? Maybe.
We're going to be rolling around a classroom?
Maybe. I'm not sure, though.
Let's find out.
All
Black
right.
and white.
Make a mess. Malice. Do stuff. Clean up. Do it here. 100 seconds. Okay.
Is there always a dude pushing it around?
Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot how to play for a second there, G-Money.
All you do is roll around.
Well, I know, but I didn't.
It's pretty easy.
I was just, I can't pick up any of this stuff.
It's like when you step outside your door and you're like, oh, almost forgot how to walk to the next place.
What? When does that ever happen?
That's what I'm saying. It's pretty simple. You just do it.
Oh, man. The other day, yesterday, I walked out of the house without my school books. School started again.
You were just ready to go.
Dude, I was so ready, and I got like halfway to the freeway. I was like, oh, no.
No, you drove away?
Yeah. I was not. Man, I can't get any
In your
of
head,
this.
you're like, I'm prepared.
Oh,
I don't need shit.
I always think that I'm prepared some way or somehow.
I don't need shit. You're that guy who shows up who's like, can I borrow a pencil and a piece of paper?
I was about to
Please.
say, I always have to borrow staplers, but...
Who cares around staplers though? I
Dude,
mean, like,
everyone
you always
cares.
have like that one guy who's got a stapler, and you're like, I don't know, that guy's over prepared. But can I use your stapler?
Man, none of this stuff. I can't pick up any of this stuff. I'm not big enough, Karen.
Well, find some stuff you can pick up.
I'm trying.
Quit complaining.
I'm not complaining. I just don't
Hustle. Hustle your Katamari ball.
Dude, I can't pick up this. Oh, I picked up a cassette.
There you go. Now
All
you're
right.
big enough to get some more things.
Hopefully, we're just gonna have to roll around all over here.
What's today's question? Oh, I remember. You ready for it?
If
What
I
No, I'm going to do it anyway. You already took too long. What are some things or one thing in particular that you pretend to know? Like, before we answer it, just let me just like point out that like people do this all the time. They're just like, and it could just be like because like it's something small, little like white lies to like make the conversation go easier. It could just be like you're having a conversation and the way that it's going would be better if you just said, yeah, I understand that or whatever.
Right.
Like somebody like, I don't know if this, I hope this wasn't the example you're going to use, but if it's like someone said, hey, did you watch this movie? It's pretty good. You're like, yeah. But you really just saw the preview and people said it was good. So you pretend like you saw it and it was good, you know?
you just want to seem like
or
you're
whatever,
cool.
yeah. Did you read this book? Like, oh, for sure. It was a long time ago, so I don't really remember it too much.
Originally when you asked this, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I know exactly what I'm gonna say. Song lyrics. If you ever want to see somebody more furious,
you're just like mouthing nothing.
Just either mouth nothing or mouth like the wrong, wrong lyrics.
You
like
just
that
basically have to like mouth the word watermelon because there's so many like movements in there. It looks like you're singing.
But it drives. I've seen so many people they get driven crazy because I don't use the right lyrics, and I don't know. Like I've never been a lyric person. Like, did you ever, when you used to get CDs, did you ever take the CD book and like read the lyrics or anything like that?
Well, I mean, like there was times when I was curious about the lyrics. I wouldn't go specifically to look at all the lyrics, but if there's times like, what is he saying there? Or like, I need to know this better. Then yes.
But
I wouldn't like read or memorize. Like I wasn't ever like I know what you're saying. There's a lot of people who like hear album, or maybe they just listen to it more than I do. I don't know, but they know all the words and stuff. And I'm like, I never really, like I even if I've listened to it a bunch, I still don't memorize the whole song. You know what I mean?
Dude, the bounce sucks.
What was that little like heart thing with the rainbows around it?
That's the
You're gonna get stuck under there.
The vacuum thing, I think.
The sucky vacuum thing?
Yeah, I am not doing well at all.
Get up there.
Dude, I don't know how to because the jump doesn't work well sometimes.
There it is. Oh, it wasn't anything anyway.
Oh, boy, I got it.
You got something remaining.
Oh, that's probably 2 minutes of cleaning.
2 minutes.
Dude, this is awful. two things. Like, I can't pick up anything.
Well, let's see when it turns into 4 if you only have 1 after that.
I feel so bad. Like
It's because you're doing a bad job.
I am doing a bad job. I'm sorry. I've taken 4 minutes of. No, I don't want to fall off. Anywho.
Well, I'm gonna go. The thing that sometimes I pretend to know is like, say, just for example, you're having like a conversation with a stranger. Sometimes it'll happen at my job. You know, I work in an open kitchen. Occasionally, there's somebody sitting in the bar, or say you're like at a bar and you're just talking to the neighbor, or whatever, and they're saying something that you don't understand what they're talking about. You know, but you pretend like you know what they're talking about, just so like it doesn't turn into a weird conversation, awkward with a stranger. You know what I mean? They're like giving you like points of views that you don't even. You're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But like, yeah, for sure, I totally understand what you're talking about. You know?
Yeah.
Just so the conversation goes smoothly.
Yeah, and sometimes like you're not even listening to them. You're like, oh, I just spent the past like 30 minutes listening to this.
Yeah, just nodding and sipping beer.
I'm not sure what he said. I think I did everything.
Good.
Because it said 0 remaining. So I think I did.
That was 0 minutes. I thought we already went through this.
No, it was 0 things.
That's what I thought at first.
What'd you get the most of? Playtime stuff. Okay, that's understandable.
Sure.
Well, with that, I'm going to segue into our conversation today. 29 points. Sorry. I know. Terrible. Quick question for you.
Uh-oh, hit me.
I know, right? I'm asking you the questions this time.
The tables have turned.
So what do you think is some factors that inhibit people from going and seeing therapy?
I plead the fifth. Am I allowed to? No, the same court.
Well, I mean, you can.
Well, money.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
I'd have to guess first. Maybe not first foremost, but that's the first thing I would definitely guess.
Because so you can't afford therapy, right?
Number 2, people think that a lot of therapists are like crackpots. Like, yeah, they help me. They can't help me.
Quacks.
And 3, like, it's embarrassing.
Okay.
Those are the things I would go with.
All right. Well, I am going to hit on. Let's see. Let me pick a level real quick, and then we'll do this. But as far as embarrassing, expensive things. Okay, I like expensive things.
You know, because like going to therapy admits that you have a problem, and sometimes.
Exactly. And so what I'm going to bring up is one of the big factors in mental health that has been addressed quite a bit over the past like 15 years as far as research goes. Being a dude or being a man is a big inhibitor.
Yeah.
You're just like, wait. No shit, Jared.
You're living. I mean, we even talked about it a little bit with therapy's gangster. You remember?
Yeah.
So
we'll
keep going.
We'll expand on it. So, oh no!
Alert!
Alert! Wait, is this a roulette game? Oh, it's a roulette table.
Dude,
I like gambling.
It's got giant diamond rings.
Why don't you make the Katamari? Okay.
I will.
This big, 60 centimeters. Okay, I'm going. Here we go. We're going around. All right. So, 18% of the population suffers from depression.
That's it?
Yeah, well,
I'd say like 80%
in the United States.
Yeah, it's
which
got to be higher than 18%.
It's 40.
Have you ever talked to anyone that wasn't depressed at least at some point?
Well, clinically depressed. Sorry.
So they got diagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 40 million people essentially suffer from depression. According to, I don't want to go off yet. There's probably more stuff over here.
Yeah.
According to, are these like singular?
There's some stacks of money.
Oh yeah, they're singulars. Yeah.
Oh, getting them chips.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't played with chips in so long. We haven't played poker really, but anyway.
Oh, wow. I like this level. It's getting me all hyped.
There's all sorts of rings and all sorts of stuff for you, right? I can't get the rings yet. Can I get the lighter?
You got the lighter.
I can't get this mouse either. So, so what we are talking about is just basically masculinity in the mental health realm. There has been some research done, and some of the factors that they believe is the media, because the media portrays mental health in a very, I would say, negative light. You know, would you? I mean, I don't know if you agree with that or not. I don't know
if they even necessarily touch on that much. It's more subtle, but they definitely portray like masculinity in a, in its own light, like, you need to be strong, be a man.
Right.
They don't necessarily say it like that, but it's certainly portrayed like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like an unsaid social construction.
Yeah, because outside of, that's just how people talk, and it's changing obviously with the times right now. But
no, I was trying to be ninja. Go this way. So let's see here. Rat. Dude, Rat! Seriously, Rat! Come on!
Jump over him. What are you doing?
Dude, I can't. The bounce doesn't work like it's supposed to. Like, you can't.
Well, then go. Do it.
I'm going.
Do it anyway.
I had to get around him. Stupid Rat. So, some of the factors. Men who seek out mental health or enhancement seeking. I shouldn't say enhancement seeking.
That sounds like they need Viagra.
Right, that sounds like a penis pill, right?
Yeah,
okay, so let's not
like
use
half of my junk mail.
Let's not use that.
Do you need to get bigger?
Do you need some enhancement seeking tendencies?
Like, no, man, I ain't that old.
Oh, gross. But you're seen as feminine.
Sinus? You're seen as feminine.
But you are. You're seen as feminine. Those are kind of feminine qualities because you're not able to.
Like, just in general.
Yeah.
Mostly people don't really think like that.
No. And this dude named Atticus
Finch.
No, not Atticus.
Oh.
Addis. Addis. In 2003, figured out some of the factors that, again, like, basically inhibit men from doing anything. And so one of the things that they said, which I thought was interesting, is that men think that their problems are normal. Let me just say this. If you're listening to this, like, y'all don't have any problems going to mental health. Like, some of the gender might affect, like, your actual... Oh, wait.
Did you get them rings? Oh, you already did it.
Oh, okay. Make sure you roll with style. No, I still have a lot more to do.
Look at all them donuts you got.
Got some rats.
The hot ball.
Oh, dang. I got to get to 60
centimeters.
Centimeters.
You're picking up those stupid rats now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you were saying.
And so, yeah. So their problem is seen as normal. So, like, this sounds ridiculous, but, men are more likely to say, oh, well, if I'm having suicidal idealizations or, thoughts or anything of that nature, that's normal. Which... Yes, suicidal thoughts are very common, but they are far from normal.
Right.
I mean, that's the farthest thing from it. What else? Oh, and as you said, embarrassment. So that affects it a lot too.
Whoa,
oh, little lady,
you can't just
gotta
run into people walking.
You gotta move, little lady.
Embarrassment. Yeah.
Embarrassment. So the reaction not only of others, but your self interpretation or self reflection of what you might be having to go through. Because therapy, not only, other people might be like, well, why are you going to therapy? But you might, start thinking, well, why am I going to therapy? Is there something wrong with me? So on and so forth. So those are some of the things, which I don't understand. Let me throw something at you real quick, since we're just having more or less of a conversation than some factoids. If you're taking care of yourself, you're being, independent, so to speak, and you seek out mental health to better yourself, is that not considered somewhat of a manly trait because you're being assertive for, oh, I didn't get to 60. Oh, no.
No, I mean, that's not, you can't put those things, they're not mutually, not exclusive, they're inclusive, because if you're, like, expressing yourself by wearing girls' clothing, that's not manly. So expressing yourself doesn't necessarily mean you're being manly.
Okay. All right. No, I can understand that. But I got to do this crap again. I hate this. But I don't know. I just think that, like, being responsible, so to speak, for your actions and your well-being, I feel like that's a, not necessarily an important aspect, but I feel like that's
just an important human thing. I don't think that has anything to do with gender.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you because in my brain it's oh no. But lo and behold, there's some stuff. I don't want to do this anymore. Just kill me. Okay.
Well, I was like, you're just gonna die?
I'm just gonna die. But lo and behold, there's two things that this guy Addis and a couple other people figured out. And they figured out that that if you have reciprocation, so I know that's kind of
within what? What kind of reciprocation?
So what I was thinking, let's go over to this other level and see if we got something else. Wait, did I just check this one?
I think you just did that one.
Did I? Oh, now I'm gonna be an idiot. Yep, I totally did. So reciprocation. So what I was thinking more or less, and what I read about, was like group therapy. So you're much more likely to, if you can help somebody else, you're much more willing to take the help.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah. So like in a group therapy session, if someone was to help you through like a difficult relationship or a different topic or just any traumatic or negative event.
Yeah, I feel like though it's more likely to happen the other way. If somebody helps you, you're more likely to help someone else because like you have to like your pain or whatever it is has to be solved first.
Right.
Like if I'm at work and I have a question about something and someone else has a question about something, I can't teach them until I know the answer to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But in a like an actual therapeutic relationship, I'm just trying to go, dude. It's much more one-sided. It's one person essentially helping or, doing work with one other person, and there's not really a whole lot of reciprocation that can happen in that realm. Because, come on.
I don't think that's what the purpose of that particular therapy is.
Oh, come on!
What are you doing? Why are you doing this level again?
Because I failed it.
Oh, loser.
Loser.
Get them snails.
No, I need a bunch of stuff. Don't worry. I might do it better this time. But yeah.
Thumbtack.
And then also, no, I don't want to go back in there. Men, if you go see men, come on now. If you go see male psychologists or male therapists, you're much more likely to have a reduction of anxiety and stigma and so on and so forth. So if you actually
weird, I would have thought like it would cause like a
power struggle.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's what I thought too. That's why I was blown away.
And like I can understand it to an extent. It's like going to see a male doctor. Like you'd want to go see a male doctor because you don't want some like girl checking out your parts or whatever.
Yeah, well, for those specific instances.
Well, I'm just saying like so it's kind of the same thing. You don't want like you might not want like a male doctor getting into your like because he's like asserting power onto you,
Right,
just psychologically.
And we've talked about the amount of power that just comes with sitting down with somebody in a professional realm and what
obviously
that
you're giving them money,
yeah,
to fix you,
yeah.
basically.
Well, I mean the therapist picks the time, they pick the date, they tell you what we're going to talk about. Like there's so much power that's held in therapy in general, and so. But this is the funny thing. Women are more likely to rate positive experiences with, come on, rats, with male clients.
With men.
Yeah. Which, I mean.
That's because they're probably more cordial.
They're a little bit nicer.
Like women come in and they're just like, power struggle. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the same thing.
That's true. I mean, that's really where we're going to talk about power. I got some things about power and such. Power. But that's all I got. Realistically, I mean, there's plenty of other.
What about
stuff.
The money?
What about the money?
Like,
the money was
how come
the one.
I can't find like a really good therapist that's free? Obviously, free is a bit of a stretch. It is a job, but you telling me there's not like a pro bono therapy that's good? The only way you can go to free therapy is if someone else is paying for it.
Right.
Free for you.
Like. I mean, if you get like Medicaid or something like that, there's always a handful.
But who do you think? It's like getting a public defender. I mean, you might get a really good one, but there's a reason why those people aren't getting paid a lot of money.
I mean, I just don't want to say anything because I don't want to like negatively. But in all honesty, work with your therapist.
I mean,
because some people do like sliding scale. Where if you can't afford the full amount, then
but that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about going in the first place. People aren't going to try and go to therapy because like all they know is that therapy is expensive,
right?
And it typically is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do have those people that do charge ridiculous amounts of money, such as $150 a session. But then I'm nowhere close to doing this. But then you also have people that charge $40 a session.
You were telling me about your buddy from the last school you went to who like kind of dropped his like money making professional part of it to like help people who couldn't afford it.
Right.
So I mean, you do have some of those, but I feel like they're few and far between.
Right. Yeah. No, he was a sports psychologist for an NBA team. I won't say the just confidentiality wise, but
the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's not correct.
No.
But he was a sports psychologist, getting paid buku bucks, ladies and gentlemen, and he got rid of that because his private practice started booming, and he really enjoyed the work that he was doing in the probational system and such. And so, like that's something that he does. Like he works with the Denver probation offices because like they're low income, lower socioeconomics, people that need or have their life more manageable, but can't pay for it, you know.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah, their level of need may not be any different, but their level of availability is definitely different.
Right, exactly. So I mean, go talk to therapists. You know, if you get somebody that is very firm on their price, it's more about the money for them. Whereas, you know, where I think we're in a field where we should actually give a shit about people and be understanding too that our profession is expensive and such. But yeah, I've gone on a whole rant of tangent now. But
rant of tangents.
Yeah, that was gooder English, right? Did I just hurt your brain by saying that?
A little bit. Had a long day to begin with.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't do it, so I guess we'll do this again next episode. So like and comment if you enjoy what we're talking about. Do the same thing if you don't enjoy what we're talking about, because we care what you all think.
Yes, and continue commenting if you want to see us play any particular game or hear us talk about any particular subject.
Come back for more questions.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.